This is Kadar Franks, and you are now listening to the Giami Journey Radio.
You are now listening to Giami Journey Radio.
This is Gina.
This is Gina.
And you are now
you listen to my daddy.
On Giami
Journey
Radio. Peace.
Peace.
Too black.
Peace, this is Brother Hatim, and you have joined us on Giami Journey Radio. Be sure to check out our site and subscribe at tribe.giamijourney.com.
Man, it's a great day to be alive. And I'd like to welcome you to Thunderous Thursdays. Of course you already know from all the promos that I've been building up over the last year that this is Giami Journey Radio.
Peace, this is Brother Hatim, and you have joined us on Giami Journey Radio. Be sure to check out our site and subscribe at tribe.giamijourney.com.
And this is Giami Journey Radio. This is a Heart of a Symbol production. Where we strive to blow up your old paradigms. Now I often struggle with defining what I do. And I'm reading a new book. Well, actually, I'm listening to a new book on audible.com. And like I said, I keep hyping this up. It's an excellent application. There's a book called Abundance that's coming out. I think the guy's name that wrote it, one of the guys' names is Manicus. Okay, it's hard for me to pronounce, but it's an excellent book, and they introduced me to a concept, and it's called social entrepreneurship. And I want you to listen to the definition of social entrepreneurship. Social entrepreneurship is the process of pursuing innovative solutions to social problems. More specifically, social entrepreneurs adopt a mission to create and sustain social value. Social entrepreneurship. That is a new word for me, a new way of thinking about some of the stuff that I've been trying to do over the years, and is empowering when you're able to define things. It gives you a new look, which brings me to what I want to talk to you about on this Thunderous Thursday. Now, I already got into why I call it Thunderous Thursdays, because this is the time where after Monday through Wednesday, right, this is the day where we coast. It's like, I just got to make it to Friday. Friday might be the payday, or Friday is the day before the weekend for a lot of us that are working the 9 to 5. But I need you to not only push through your work day, I need you to push towards your goals and your aspirations. I need you to push. I need that extra energy, not just for you, but because the energy that you go into your workplace with, the energy that you wake up in your home with, the energy that you send out affects everybody around you. I like to be a star, and that's a broadcast for another day. But let me explain what I mean. Stars generate this energy, this light. You got different type of stars, and some stars become system sustainers. They sit in the middle of a system, and actually they're not even sitting still. And around the stars float other planets or planets or other objects that float around the stars. And sometimes there's even other stars flowing around the stars. And I think that all of us need to really look at that and understand that that star being at the center of that system provides the gravity to hold everything in, and also provides the life, the light that each of those planets or each of those objects in their own way can use to create something. All right? And each of us need to be a star in a system. But how do we become a star? A star is when a bunch of gases are so tightly packed that the only expression left for them is to ignite. And they have so much fuel that they burn for billions of years. And the gases, in this case for us, is taking a deeper look at our personal history. Why do I say that? Why do I say that? Because the stories that we tell ourselves are based in a lot of ways on the personal history that we have. So now, first let's start with the whole personal history. Who are your people? Who do you come from? Right? You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, we want to deny the importance of this because we're all the same. But we all have shaping forces in our culture. We need to understand those shaping courses before those shaping forces before we can move on. So understanding where you are in the family of humanity. What group do you come from? Understanding that. Not just getting into the history so that you could quote stuff like that, but understanding your people's place in history. Then let's get to your family history. You know what I'm saying? What is your family history? First off, understanding your role in your family history. Now, I spoke about this before, and I get excited about this because this is something that came about in a discussion that I had with young people. One, talking about family history, and two, talking about math. And then looking at the exponential force that is in you. When I say exponential, it's something that doubles after every time. So when we look at how many people it took to create us in just 20 generations, giving each generation 20 to 40 years, it took over 1 million people and 1 million people to come together at the right exact moment, at the right exact time to create you so that you can be doing what you're doing right now. I want you to really think about that. In your personal history, you need to realize your importance in the role of your family. You are the highest point of evolution. Well, you were the highest point of evolution at your birth. Now your children are the next level of that evolution. And the question is, what are you ingraining in them? What are you teaching them to move them forward in the world? Really think about that. If it took, in just 20 generations, it took over 1 million people to create you, being an exact right pace at the right time, looking at it exponentially, if we move back 30 generations, it took over 1 billion. 30 generations, 1 billion people came together to manifest you. 30 generations. That's 30. If we want to put 20 generations, if we want to put 20 years per generation, or we want to put 40 years per generation, you do the math however you want. Take 30 generations, 30 times 20 years if you want to do 20 years per generation, or if you want to do 40 years per generation, or any number you want to do in between those generations, add up, multiply those two numbers, come up with the amount of years it took to create you, but realize that 1 billion people had to interact in an intimate way in order for you to be standing right here, right now. So what that means is that you have an obligation to move towards greatness, because you're representing not just you, but you're representing over 1 billion people. Let's just take it to 20. You're representing over 1 million people that came together to create you. Personal, that's your mathematic personal history. But then let's talk about your people, your personal people. Do you know the stories of your family? Do you know the struggles of your family? Do you know the successes of your family? Do you know the curses of your family? Do you know who your people are? So that you can either build up on the best or at least avoid the worst. You understand what I'm saying? So when we start talking about taking a new look, we're talking about taking a new look at our role in the universe by, one, exploring our personal history. Why do I want you to explore your personal history? Because I want you to understand who you are in this day and time. I want you to understand your importance so that you can start shaping your story. See, a lot of people underestimate this. A lot of people miss this whole point. I want you to be able to construct your, and you can do this, because the history you can't change, but the stories that you tell yourself you can. The stories of you overcoming struggle. The stories that you tell yourself that move you forward. The stories that move you into success. You have 100% control of. So take a new look at your history. Take a new look at your significance. Take a new look at your obligation, and take a new look and create your story so that it can propel you on this Thunderous Thursday. So, for those that want assignments, your assignments, one, is to do the mathematics of your existence. And let me explain so that you understand. Each generation is exponential growth. For you, it took 2 people. For the 2 people that it took to create you, it took 4 people. For the 4 people it took to create those 4 people that created the 2 people that created you, it took 8 people. For the 8 people, it took 16 people to create the 8 people that created the 4 people that created the 2 people that created you. So you keep on going back. It grows exponentially. And the growth and the jump rate for all those people, you understand? So do that mathematics. Then look at the history of your people as a whole, as a group. Are you African American? Are you German American? Are you just purely African? Are you just purely German? Are you Japanese? Are you Brazilian? You know what I'm saying? Are you Afro-Brazilian? You know what I'm saying? All those individuals that's listening to me around the world, take time and take stock in your people's history, and also get into your people's stories. The stories of overcoming. The stories of struggle. I mean, you got to really look at that. Then I want you to move it one step down, which ain't really a step down, and look at your family history. What have been the challenges of your family? Are there family blessings that you have? Are there family curses? And one of the things that really made me focus on this is that I'm writing a story called The Curse of Fortuna. You can find it at giamijourney.com on my blog. It's called The Curse of Fortuna, and it's about an 18-year-old man who has a meeting with his father. And his father is telling him about a curse that has been in his family for at least the last generation on all the men. And this made me think about the stories that we tell ourselves. This man is telling his son a story for a reason. And I want you to be able not only to tell yourself a story, but I want you to have a story to pass on. so that you can jumpstart the evolution of your children. Not only jumpstart your evolution, but jumpstart your children's evolution, so that they can jump past all of the problems that you are dealing with right now. This is Brother Hatim, and this is Thunderous Thursdays. This is Giami Journey Radio. This is a Heart of a Simba production. Where we strive to blow up your old paradigm.